Alright, what's going on, guys? My name's Sword Otter. Today, I'm bringing you guys a double DNA bomb using the AK-12 on the map Overload. This is one of the new DLC maps that came out for the Reckoning DLC. This is the 4th map pack, and I think it's one of the best map packs. You guys probably saw my last video. I really do like this map pack. I think this is the worst map in the map pack, even though I got a double DNA bomb on it. But that's just my opinion. I think Swarm is better than it. Swarm is a horrible map, though. This is also a very horrible map, but I'm willing to look past that, even though I got a double DNA on it, so that's pretty awesome. But I thought I would talk about how, to play the DLC. This is mostly going to be for Black Ops 3 when the DLC does drop for those games, and this is usually what I do, and this is what a lot of people do. So basically, what I do is I usually go to bed at around 9 o'clock. The DLC comes out at 1 o'clock for me, which is Pacific Standard Time or Mountain Time for me. And it comes out for 1, and you can just convert your time from Pacific Standard or Mountain Standard to whatever your time zone is. Wake up. I usually wake up 15 minutes before that, and I download the DLC right when it drops. And you can just, download it, go to bed right when you wake up, then it'll be ready to play. But I like to stay up. I get like a 4-hour rest, and I go and I get my 4-hour rest, and I download the DLC, and then I can play it pretty much all night. So I play it all night. I'm really until I get used to the maps. Then I go to bed for another 4 hours, so it's 8 hours, which is probably what you're recommended to get. So once I wake up, I'm refreshed. I can play the game a lot better because I'm not tired anymore, and I'm a lot more used to the maps. I know how to play them, and yeah, so I usually play them all night until probably around 2 to 6. So that's another 4 hours, and 6 is usually when the sun comes up for me. So that's what I like to do. I like to go to bed right when the sun comes up, and then usually I go to bed until maybe 10 or 11, and that's when I wake up actually. So I wake up at 10 or 11, and yeah. And then I just play the DLC all day. I usually drop some good gameplays. I dropped, I think, yesterday, but you guys are seeing this on Saturday, so it would be Thursday for you guys. So on Thursday, I dropped a DNA bomb on every single map on the Reckoning DLC, so you guys will be seeing that in the near future. But most of them are with the Ball 27 and the ASM-1, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah. Another tip is to use good guns on the DLC. No noobs are going to be playing the DLC right when it comes out. Like, right when it comes out, like, you download it and then you play the game. No noobs are going to be playing it. I was playing with, last DLC, Uprising. No. Supremacy? I think it was Supremacy, the third one. I ran into Green Goblin HD. I ran into Lord Reefy. I think I ran into Carnage Urbo a few times. And this DLC, I ran into Carnage Urbo. I ran into a few Carnage members. And, I didn't want to play with them because I know they're really good if they're, in Carnage. And Urbo ended up dropping, the first DNA. I think I dropped one of the first, maybe. But this is the second double DNA bomb on the Reckoning playlist, but I'm not going to brag about that because it's really not important. But yeah, tryhards are going to be playing. A lot of YouTubers are going to be going hard for gameplays. They want to get the first gameplay so they can get their channel out there, because that's going to get a lot of search results. So you need to use pretty good guns. I use the Obsidian Steed and the Speakeasy or the Rigger. You need to use those good guns. The AK-12 you can get by with if you have the RIP, or one of the better, like the hair trigger. That will work because it's a really fast fire rate, and and it melts people pretty fast. So now that's all the tips I have for you for playing the DLC the first day. Just use good guns and download it right when it comes out, and you'll pretty much be ahead of the curve when everyone else wakes up and downloads it. So Overload. This is a bad map. I don't like it. It's really, really big. Big maps can kind of slide in Advanced Warfare, but I think this is one of the biggest ones maybe if not the biggest. I can't really think of any right now that are bigger than this one. But I don't really like this map. It's too big. It reminds me of a ghost map. You know, there's it kind of reminds me of Siege because there's like these two things, like two, I guess, buildings in the back of the map that don't really go used. They're just for spawn points and extra map. So I don't really like that. It reminds me a lot of Siege, and you know, it's just boring. And what's the map? Swarm falls under that category. I hate Swarm. I will never play that map. I think Swarm's actually my least favorite. And then Overload is my third favorite because Swarm sucks. The kill streak's pointless. You never want to get the Swarm because there's a lot of buildings and it's pretty much useless. And you have to control it. That's so dumb. If you didn't have to control it, it'd be fine. But yeah, the plasma lamps, I think they're called. You know, they're the worst things. They're the worst things introduced in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, even worse than the exosuits. I really don't like these. They're dumb, but you guys see me shooting them a lot. That is just so I don't get killed by them, and you know, I think you guys have seen it already. I'm all the way by C or A, and I'm at the other side of the flag, and I just shoot the plasma lamp, and it kills pretty much everyone that's on the flag. I only get like a one piece maybe. But it kills all the people on the flag, which is pretty awesome. And that's pretty much how I end up getting the DNA bomb. You know, I'm just playing carefully, shooting the plasma lamps, you know, having map knowledge. When they turn on, you can just shoot them, and people aren't really expecting them because, you know, they're, like, no one really knows about them unless you watch the DLC trailer. I didn't watch the DLC trailer. I don't know if they, like, told you that that's a thing. But this is the end of the gameplay. I get the DNA bomb right there, which is pretty insane. I went on this really cool streak, and I'll show you guys the end of the round, or I'll show you guys the end score. You guys see I get 2 nuclears, but you guys saw, you know, right when I called the first DNA bomb in, there was still a second one left, so I did get the double DNA, which is pretty awesome. But that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.